On Radio No Radio, and today's video is to explain or give an understanding of my interpretation of what I believe the path of Christ to be. Right now, I'm just going to say up front, a lot of people's not going to like this video. That's completely fine. Everybody has their own beliefs and everybody's entitled to what they believe or follow or whatever they want to do. That being my disclaimer, let's get right into it. So I was in the shower and I was thinking about traffic. Now, I hate traffic, right? So it's funny that I would use traffic as an analogy as to explain what I believe the path of Christ to be. So let's get right into it. Like I said, traffic is basically a movement of people, material, or data from one location to another, right? That being said, please don't believe traffic to be something that we sit in. Traffic jam is something we sit in. That's when the information, people, or material becomes convoluted to the point where it causes the jam where nothing can penetrate, or the flow is slowed down through the process of too much, right? So that being said, the path of Christ we're going to call God's GPS. Now, just like a regular GPS, if we follow it from point A to B via Waze or Google's Maps, you should have no issue getting to your location, and you know how long roughly or estimate it should take about, because GPS does what? It tells you the slow traffic, it tells you when there's a car accident, and it tells you when there's construction, amongst other things. And sometimes, if you're lucky, it even lets you play Pac-Man. I don't know why they added that feature in there. That's not my position to hate on it. But it even lets you play Pac-Man. That being said, I want to talk about how God's GPS does somewhat of the sort. Now, if you follow God's GPS, the path of Christ, I want you to think of the road as being life, right? And as the road being life, the vehicle is going to be your daily routine. And then the traffic in itself is going to be how fast or slow you're doing something. So basically, I'm going to say that you, to an extent, can control the traffic flow on how fast or slow something, or the location as to how you get there, right? Now, when you walk the path of Christ, for the most part, you don't know what the path is. You don't know. It's really, everything is a mystery, or everything is unknown. I don't know that part. All I'm saying is how I understand it. So when you're using God's GPS and you're trying to get from point A to B, there's God's path and then there's other paths. So, and that's where the free will comes in. Free will is basically you can choose whatever path you feel like it, but at the end of the day, if you walk the closest path of to God, then your blessings and everything will be rolled over tenfold. I'm not saying that on that path is not going to be some beat. I'm not going to say that on that path you're not going to deal with some type of controversy, but at the same time, it's like you want to look at it like this is the one that is least resistant in terms of you reaching your goal and fulfilling your destiny and purpose, right? All right, cool. So now I want to just jump into how the flow of traffic and everything goes. So when you think about traffic, right, I said think about traffic jam. So in life, if you drive at a slower pace when traffic is moving, right, daily stuff is going by, you cause traffic. If you're driving too fast, it puts you into a potential risk to get into a car accident, which causes traffic. You see what I'm saying? So that being said, I want you to think about, if you're on the path of Christ, you can definitely cause your own traffic jam, right? All right, cool. Hopefully that answers or fulfills any questions that y'all might have of, if you're on the path, can something still happen? Yeah. Can it be your fault? Yeah. Can it not be your fault? Completely, yeah. Like, there's just a lot of stuff that's not in our control, that we can't control in our daily basis, right? So to get back to God's GPS. So, in a nutshell, and I'm going to end this video soon. In a nutshell, you have the path of Christ and you have God's GPS, right? I like to look at the path of walking the path of Christ as God's GPS to get me from destination A to B, from B to C, and from C to Z, back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, a million, right? Or infinity, whatever number you're looking for. And that driving on the path of God's GPS, using God's GPS, that you're least likely to get into car accidents, You're least likely to get lost or become astray from the path of what you want to do, what you're trying to go after. And then when it's slowdowns with traffic, all I'm saying is that even if there's slowdown in traffic, God is still with you. Or I'm not saying he's not with you in the other situations. I'm just saying that walking down God's path is more in favor of you in the end goal than at the beginning. Because at the other paths just might protect you from dying or some other type of problem that you may run into, and he provide protection, right? But the other path might grant you favor. So you just got to look at it in terms of those. Now, these aren't my conventional type of videos, so I understand that if this is something that you're not interested in or you don't like, but you can still find me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, right? And the next video I'll be doing will be posting sometime shortly. This is Stu Radio on the radio, no radio. Just to give you a quick review of what I said. God, the path of Christ is equal to God's GPS. You use God's GPS to stay astray from car accidents, construction, slow down. Your life is the road, right? For the most part. And then your vehicle is your routine or your daily routine. And then the things you do within your daily routine is basically how fast or slow and the objective that you're accomplishing them, which can cause the traffic jams. And the closer the affinity you are to the God's GPS, the more favor you're supposed to receive. That being said, I hope you have a better understanding of the interpretation, or using my interpretation of the path of Christ, and it helps you in your future. Stu Radio on the radio, no radio. That's what it is.